Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations, tell the like button to lean forward just a little bit. Right there. Slap that like button for the nation. And be sure to let people know where you're from. I love knowing that we got people all over the globe tuning in. Cowboys somehow moving into underdog status. Plus, tone deaf talk due to partnerships and beyond. Of course, that's Jerry Wayne Jones. But neither here nor there. Let's go. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. How about and what about a Law Nation group? Let's get it. Salute to all that's here. To be honest, it's more fun being the underdog. Yeah. Let's go. Settle down, Jerry. Where my dogs at? Shout out to my dogs, man. Let's get it. Hey. Come on. Come on.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't.
We can talk about the rumor. Bring it. We right here. Yeah. Cool. What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Appreciate you guys.
Mr. Nasty Time.
Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, as we proceed to give you what you need. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. Christopher, appreciate you. And let them hang. That's what Christopher and Aaron Pitts put down in the chat. Let them hang, baby. It's a good day. It's a good day to be here talking to you guys about the Dallas Cowboys. I told you guys every single day there will still be some new Cowboys news, information, rumor, Tupac is back, Biggie never died, all of this stuff, man. You know, it's all of this situation, baby. With the $5 holla. Appreciate you, man, so much, man. I really appreciate you, B-Wee. That's going to the Oxnard Fund. We'll be out there giving you guys some unfiltered content, raw, and all of the other stuff. I appreciate you, B-Wee. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys, man. The phone lines will be open as well. Let them hang. It's my guy, JT, man. Shout out to you, Jared Thomas. Appreciate you. We share the same last name. We could be second or third or fourth cousin. You know how it goes. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to you, Jermetta. Thank everybody. The Bottom Line Sports, man, that's a dope YouTube name. The Bottom Line Sports. I like that. You know, I wish I would have thought of that. The Bottom Line Law Nation, right? The Bottom Line Law Sports. That would have been dope. That would have been so dope, man. Shout out to you, Sean. Appreciate you for jumping in. All right, so, and he asked a very good question. They haven't improved while everyone else gotten better. You know, you asked a very good one there, you know.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Year to year, it is still the unknown.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
I could just run the whole show off of that clip. No one saw Terrence Steele last year elevating his game to what he did last season, right? No one saw that. When we literally heard the news of La'el Collins being suspended for 5 games, Breaking news out of Frisco, Texas. Reports that La'el Collins, by him not willing to take the test, he is now suspended with 5 games. Other news that La'el Collins will try to appeal. And we got more breaking news later on that day. News just in from Oxnard. That's how it goes. That now all of a sudden, Terrence Steele elevated his game, right? And also other information's out there as far as players from year to year always improve. Now, granted, there are the tangible things that you can physically touch and the intangible things that you can't. And this is where we at. We are in the intangible phase right now. We in the area of the unknown. We are. That's just what it is. And when you are in the area of the unknown, it goes like this.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Right. So the Dallas Cowboys heading into the 2022 season is now considered somehow the underdog by the national critics, the pundits, because we didn't do what they wanted us to go out there to do. The Cowboys looked at this defense and said to themselves, all right, we went all the way down to the 12th ranked defense. The year before, we were the 30th ranked defense. Oh, excuse me. We no longer need Keanu Neal. We no longer need DeMonte KZ. Oh, we tried to play around with Randy Gregory, right? And we gave him a poo-poo offer deal. And then he went out there to seek a better deal. The Broncos said, you know what? We don't like you. We love you. We don't look at you as a problem child. We will remove that language out of your contract and we will give you $70 million. The Cowboys was literally looking at it like, man, our doctors checked him out. And we know that he gonna need. He got a rotator cuff that's pretty much slightly torn. He's gonna have surgery. We do know that there are other situations with his knee that's been banged up. He's damaged goods. We gonna act like we gonna put and bring forth all of the attention to keep him. But 9 times out of 10, we are not finna fight for him. No, we know that he need all of those things, and he never played. Oh, I can't say never. I don't think he did. But I can throw it around loosely because I haven't checked. But if my memory served me correct, I don't think that he ever played a full 16 weeks, which is now 17 weeks. I don't think that he ever did it. So they went out and got a Dante Fowler. I'm not saying that Dante Fowler can walk on water, Cowboy Nation. And they talk glowingly of Dorrance Armstrong. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful people that's watching right now that Sam Williams, there's only one edge rusher in this previous draft that had more sacks than him. Only one. Can y'all put his name in the chat? Only one. So let me say this. With the leadership of Dan Quinn and the other pieces that they got, if Dante Fowler, I'm using the word loosely, can give us 3 sacks, and even if Sam Williams can give us 3 sacks, that would equal the production of what Randy Gregory brought to the table, believe it or not, like Ripley's. And I'm not saying that Randy Gregory was trash or anything. I'm not. Oh, my gosh, man. Javion Jones says, Law, Undisputed, Shannon Sharp, and Skip are saying stuff out of context that the Cowboys players never said. Right. Because they only get snippets of it. And we are the real heartbeat of the nation, the underdogs, right? We are the underdogs. The Cowboy YouTubers are the underdoggers. You know what I'm saying? Or the content creators, because I just don't want to limit it to YouTube. Shout out to the people that's on the Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I really appreciate you guys. And also, we are on iTunes, Spotify as well. So shout out to everyone. And we just landed a deal, Law Nation Sports just landed a deal with Amazon Music. So also you can check us out on Amazon Music. Appreciate you guys, Amazon. You guys been helping me out for a long time. So check out your Amazon devices and your Fire Stick TV, and you will save me, baby. There's more than one of us, you know. But neither here nor there. Let me play the audio of this article. I don't want to read it. Let me see if I can get the robot to read it. 5, 4, 3. It's a 2-minute read, and then I'll pause and stop, and we'll talk about that, okay?
Cowboys
cool?
somehow moving into underdog status in NFC East.
Listen up.
Based on the current offseason chatter, you'd think the Eagles went 12-5 and swept the NFC East last year. But while the Dallas Cowboys accomplished those things and are the reigning division champions, many seem to be favoring Philadelphia going into 2022. Just yesterday we shared in an article from a national sports media outlet which ranked Nick Sirianni over Mike McCarthy among all NFL head coaches.
All right, let's pause it right here. So do you guys really believe that Nicholas Sirianni is a better coach based off of 1 year of evidence? 1 year evidence that he's a better coach than Mike McCarthy. Would you guys be willing to take Nicholas or Nick Sirianni based off of what he did last year as a rookie coach, right? Which was probably remarkable for him to make it to the playoffs. Playoffs, right? So they are already saying that Nick Sirianni is a better head coach than Mike McCarthy. I'm quite sure that a third of the Cowboy fans right now, if you had an option between Nick Sirianni and even Kellen Moore, you would say as much as you dog Kellen Moore, you probably would still take Kellen Moore over Nick Sirianni. And to contextualize everything, Cowboy Nation, I just have to tell y'all beautiful people right now, because I know all of y'all are beautiful, right? Is that right now, what we have an upper leg on everything, believe it or not, like Ripley's, is Dan Quinn, you know? Weaver says he's done more than Mike. The EN or the AN? Which one is it? He did more and then Mike, or then he did more than Mike? You know, I need to know, man, because this is all necessary context right here, Malik Weaver. I need to know. He did more than Mike, or did he did more than Mike? Because I need to know. Because I really need to know. I ain't talking about you, but I just need to know for context purposes. It could be the slip of the finger, because I'm always messing up things to myself. But neither here nor there. Let's listen.
Eagles RB Miles Sanders is out here calling his squad an all-star team. Even Vegas, while still favoring Dallas to win the division this season, is giving Philadelphia nearly identical odds.
We dealing with an all-star team, baby. You know. I've listened to some things. I heard many things, but I also read a lot of things. And I've read from an Eagles person that said that the Cowboys, man, every year they all cap, right? And here's the thing. The last time the Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys is when we had Benjamin Anthony Danucci out there. And they struggled to beat the Cowboys then. Those are the realities of it. It went all the way to the third quarter until they pulled off. And if anybody could remember the game, that's when they threw Terrence Steele out there. And we made it all the way to the red zone, money zone, green zone. And Terrence was like undrafted rookie at the time, said, hey, here's the quarterback. I think he was talking about my mama, and baby, he went after Ben DiNucci on the edge there, the Eagles defense. But I recall, I do all of my live videos, and I recall telling the Eagles, keep that same energy, right? Keep the same energy. And then they said they're going to do this, they're going to do that. The following year, they got a brand new coach or what have you. And their coach didn't or don't know the landscape of the Cowboys versus the Eagles. And he was feeling himself. And I guarantee you this, he would not wear that shirt again. This dude had the audacity to print out a shirt, beat Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We minding our own business over here. We chilling. We relaxing. We are focusing on our craft, right? We focusing on our season, right? We were just happy to get our quarterback back, right? That's my quarterback. And the Eagles coach decided to let them hang over there. Do you guys remember that? Beat Dallas, T-shirts and everything. Let me know what was the outcome of that situation.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
While we certainly don't like seeing our Cowboys disrespected, I have no issue if the mainstream wants put the spotlight on another squad ahead of the season. Dallas is usually the team having to avoid eating the cheese and believing the hype. Underdog status is something rarely seen around here. Bill Simmons has often talked about the nobody believes in us mentality and how it can fuel teams to achieve. It's something the Cowboys haven't usually had going for them, but could come into play in 2022.
No doubt. That will come into play, by the way. And I got my guy, D. Schiff. You're live, man. We want Dallas.
Hey, what's up, Law?
What's good with you, man?
Yeah. Not much, man. Happy to see you just in great spirits as usual, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it,
Yeah, man. But now, just to kind of remind people, man, I want to go back to a couple of times last year when we played these divisional opponents, and it was always, the Cowboys should be worried, and we sit there and watch them sit up there with 4 or 5 of their starting offensive linemen on COVID, and we're like, hey, man, they're missing off. Well, that don't matter.
Right. Oh, yeah. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
And I said a lot of those games because, that was the case with the Eagles. A lot of times they'd be missing guys, and they'd be like, nah, bro, like, y'all missing people. Y'all starting second string, and we going to take the last game from y'all. And, man, it's just funny how the tables turn, and when you get the job done, it's all of a sudden like, that was our backups.
Yeah.
Like, those same backups y'all was saying was going to. So just to kind of take in the Cowboy hate in with the just with the projections, people got to always, kind of see who has that Cowboy hate they're kind of rubbing into their projection, versus just an accurate one. I was watching like a Small Eagles podcast, man, and I was watching them kind of go through the positions of the offense.
Right.
Just, stack them up. And consistently, Cowboys always had at least the best group or the second best. It's never no 3 and 4.
Right.
And as they stacked it up, they looked at it and they're like, oh man, the Cowboys might be the best team. Well, they got the best team, but and so it was. I mean, I don't know how to call it, Law.
Right.
I'm just simply just putting X's and O's, and sometimes our Jimmys and Joes is a little better too. So, and I as much as we complain about Moore, I think this boils down all the Dak, and he's severely underrated just because of, just if any other quarterback, if they had this type of track record, this stranglehold on the division, this type of success, this type of evidence of when he's not playing, what could happen to this team, they'd be singing the praises of that quarterback. Especially in this division that's been pretty weak over the past 2-3 years. But the Cowboys, there's context to it, So I think you have Dak playing,
right.
year 7, right?
Yeah, he's going into the 7th year. Yep.
Man, 7 days, man. It took something to build, right, Law? So.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. You're going with the metaphysical aspect of it. 7 wonders of the world, 7 days in this week or what have you. 7 continents beginning with A. Oh, okay. I see where you're going. 7 is a completion. 7 extensions from your body. So I feel you, man. I feel you, man, on that groove.
Yeah, man. That's Prescott, man. That's Prescott. So all right, it's all good talking to you, man. And nah, man, just consider the sources whenever you kind of weighing up that underdog status. Let's see who's talking about us now.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, D-Shift, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, y'all.
Yes, indeed, man. Look, he done hit up the word 7, I think Troy Aikman won a Super Bowl in his 7th year, But neither here nor there. Those are things of the old. Think about this, Cowboy Nation. When you contextualize everything and you listen to the media and what have you, they will always lead you astray. Because in the 90s, when the Cowboys won their first 2 Super Bowls, one can actually, in the 90s, I ain't talking about the very first one can actually say to themselves that they were the underdogs. But here's the thing. Weaver says, basically, I saw what you typed out earlier about relevancy. Well, here's why the Cowboys will always be relevant. Think about it. You are a fan of another team, but you are here, right? Like if you really say to yourself that this team is irrelevant or this team is not relevant enough, nobody's pulling up Pookie and Ray Ray CDs or DVDs or digital audio to listen to them because they're not relevant, right? You're not comparing the greats or the up-and-coming rappers to somebody that's on the streets. Now, the whole entire situation with relevancy or not, the league know that the Cowboys will always be relevant, right? The media know that the Cowboys will always bring the dollars because they're relevant. The NFL in general, with the Roger Goodells of the world or even the aficionados, they know that things that the Cowboys do, that they got to call the game differently, because if the coin is flipped or tossed another way, then their paychecks and their livelihoods will be viewed differently. It is easier to be negative to the team juxtaposed to being positive to the team because you can sell negativity with the Cowboys better. Because anything that we would do, if we were making moves like the LA Rams, they will be saying literally this: the Cowboys trying to buy a Super Bowl. See, we can't move like everyone else because of the way we are structured. That's the best way I can say it in a PC matter. All right, Sadiq, we appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much for your donations there. She said, I have been away. But I'm here, and I see the chat room need to be snitched on. 196 here and only 60 likes. Man, y'all need to get y'all likes together, right? Come on, y'all. Come on. Shame on the chat.
Shame.
We can do much better.
Shame. Shame.
Sam Rose says, Sam Rod, my bad. This is another Sam, but shout out to you, Sam Rod. You know what it is, Law. It's jealousy. It's America's team that just makes them mad. We have 5 Super Bowls, and that makes them mad. You're right. So shame on them. Shame on them.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Shame.
Flo says George Taylor mom is a Cowboy fan, but not her. Yeah, deep down, she's probably a bandwagon fan, right? The moment the Cowboys start winning or what have you, she'll be back. She'll be back. That's just what it is, you know. Most people are. Kevin Hart, you know, he said he's an Eagles fan, but you can see him in Cowboys apparel, right? And you see multiple celebrities and things like that would say this and that. And I get it, right? I understand the whole situation. But here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. It is what it is. 562. What's new? You live.
Yo, Law, what's up?
It's all good. I can't complain.
Oh, man, that's good. That's good, man. I just wanted to say, man, you know, the Eagles, well, first of all, Cowboys is always going to be relevant. If I wasn't a Cowboy fan, I'll hate the Cowboys, too.
Right. I love that.
If I wasn't a Cowboy fan, I'll hate us, too. But no, it's just the fact that, like, everybody's like, oh, why? Because we're always in somebody's mouth. Like you said, we can't move the way other people move.
Right.
You can't do like that. Well, they're doing it. Just because they're doing it, you can't do it. You got to go a different route.
Yeah. You got to go a different route.
And you know, when the Eagles talk about they got an all-star team and shit, like, nah. They said that when they had the dream team with Vince, was it Vince Young? Nani Osawon,
you don't have to go that far, fam. You can go back and just watch my videos from last year before we played them. They were literally banging on their chest saying that they are the all-star team then. That they was literally saying that the Devontae Smith is better than CD Lamb. Hurts is better than Dak Prescott. Oh, their plethora of running backs is better than ours, you know. And Slay, Slay is going to shut down Coop, and if in a pinch, he's going to shut down Lamb. And then when I turned on the score, I looked at the game. It was all tongue in cheek. It was all excuses, you know. It was. There was all that, and I was saying, keep the same energy. I told Lord Brunson, I told any other Philly 500 talk, I told Philly podcast, Philly Eagles, Bird 31. I told them all, you know. So it was me keeping the same energy, but all of a sudden amnesia put into place, right? All of them forgot, you know, saying who the king over here. But keep talking. Let me listen to what you got to say.
Anything that comes with the Cowboys, they're always going to move the goalpost for us.
Yeah.
They always like, we can never satisfy. That's why we're always in people's mouth, because we can never satisfy you. But that's cool.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, we still got our 5.
Right.
We got the NFC East is, you know, is the worst division, but we're the only division that all the teams have Super Bowls.
Big facts.
Yeah,
Big fact.
On a fluke, but you know they finally got one to look right to make our division look better than damn near everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Hey, low key, to be honest, I wish they had 2 of them. I wish they'd have beat Tom Brady back when they had Donovan McNabb throwing up in the huddle. You know, I wish that they would have won that because I couldn't stand the Patriots. but it is what it is.
Right. So, you know, I understand. Like, it's to be a Cowboy fan, it is stressful, but at the same time, you're always going to be in somebody's mouth. So
Yeah. It
don't matter. So, Cowboys all the way. We're going to let them hang this season.
Let them hang.
Dak just shut everybody up because, you know, they trying to, like, come on now. If we had Kyler Murray on here doing the same thing, like, that shit would look stupid.
Right.
Dak's balling out in Arizona. But, if, you know, but since Dak's on the Cowboys.
Oh, I see what you said. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I need to explain.
Yeah. I caught you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's balling out Arizona. Kyler Murray is doing his shit. But since Dak is still balling, he's still underrated, but they put Kyler Murray over him. I heard some sports talk like say, oh, yeah, Kyler Murray is better than Dak. Like, but how? He could barely see over the line.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened in the playoffs? He was terrible in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts got blown out in the playoffs, and yet they talk bad about the Cowboys when we lost to the Niners.
Yeah.
It
was terrible.
By third quarter, they didn't even score.
But here's the thing. There was only one team that lost in the playoff last year on the NFC side, and that was the Cowboys. Everybody else won their playoff games. If you ever contextualize everything that you just said, nobody's talking about how Green Bay Packers lost in that playoff. Nobody's really talking about the Tampa Bay, how they lost, nor the Eagles, nor the Arizona Cardinals. It's only the Cowboys. That's the only team that lost in the playoff, right? But it is what it is, right? Shame.
Hey.
I appreciate
but
you,
okay,
man.
but,
Go
okay,
ahead.
one more thought. Like they say Mike McCarthy was only able to get Aaron Rodgers one ring.
Right.
So from that one ring till now, all that's Mike McCarthy's fault.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers not getting back to the promised land.
Yeah, it's still Mike McCarthy's fault, right?
It's still Mike McCarthy's fault.
No. I tell you what, it's Dak Prescott's fault. Dog, it's Prescott's fault.
See?
You see, that's what happened, man.
I
appreciate you, man, for calling in.
Indeed, Lord, thanks for having me on, man.
Oh my gosh, man! I do this episode so that you guys don't like me. You know, that's just what it is. It's Dak Prescott's fault, you know. But let me jump over here to say the tone deaf aspect of it. You know, the Cowboys. You can just call back in when you get a chance, whoever that was. The Cowboys situation with the partnerships, what they did with the. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Yeah, let me see if I can find it right quick. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, they're getting a lot of flack for that dog. It look weird. There we go. Come on, get right. You don't want to show. Here we go. All right, so they're getting a lot of flack for being partnerships with the American coffee, you know, to America's team. So I get it, right? As a gun owner myself, I would tell people as an American, you should have a right to own a gun. Now, on my show, I don't present or I don't flash, I don't show my weapon, and that's a personal choice. I don't let people know what type of brand of gun that I have or what have you. But neither here nor there. This is a veterans own business, right? That employs veterans, that help veterans. And due to the mass shootings that we have in the United States, it's a very touchy, sticky topic when we start talking about guns or what have you. And I get it, right? The sensitive nature of it. But Jerry Jones is a businessman. That's how he developed the brand for the Cowboys. There's a documentary, I think it's on the Volume, Colin Cowherd's show, what have you. And he talked to Dave Wanstead about the first beginning stages of the Cowboys and how Jimmy Johnson and Dave Wanstead was all focusing only on football, and Jerry was focusing in only on the marketing arm of the Cowboys, which I think that would have been a better suit. And Jimmy, believe it or not, had some type of how can I say this PC'ly? He had some controls of the decisions as it relates to player personnel, so he wasn't just the coach, by the way. But neither here nor there, Jerry, the marketing arm of the Cowboys, is unstoppable. I believe that the Cowboys, when he purchased the team, was losing over $70,000 a month. That's a lot of cash. They was losing. He bought a dead business, right? The NFL at the time, the Cowboys and the organizations around was losing money more than they was making. Sometimes they would break even. But what Jerry did, far as the business aspect of the NFL, is unbelievable, right? There's not a lot of people that can look at Jerry Jones, even if you're a fan of another team. Let me get off of this one. Even if you're a fan of another team, like let's say, for example, the Eagles, right? Since they in here. Even if you're a fan of the Eagles, don't you know right now when you're rocking like Nike apparel or Reebok or what have you, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Jerry Wayne Jones, because of that particular independent marketing deal that he struck with those branded partnerships. They were able to offspring it from Rydell's or what have you and have their independent brands. So Jerry Jones is a businessman, and oil and water don't mix. Sometimes business, as it relates to making the money, don't mix with coaching and philosophy. and it don't mix with the time and the temperature. They probably was working on that partnership deal for months before all of this crazy shooting that happened, right? And now it was time to close the deal, and they already had their marketing team together. What he's supposed to do? What the veteran's supposed to do? Go under, right? But I get it. But the tone deaf situation of the vibes of the people, one thing I can tell you, not everyone will be satisfied with your decisions. They will not. They will not, especially as an owner. You can't please everybody. There will always be somebody left out, right? And that's why they say in certain sectors, dealing with co-workers, family members, two things you just don't talk about. Two things you just don't talk about: religion and politics, because there's always a great divide. Not everyone will agree, right? Not everybody will agree on your religious view or your political view. Not everybody will all agree. And that's the great divide of this particular nation. People will always have different opinions. That's why I always say, make sure that you trust your own mind. Don't be going around being fickle and blowing wherever the wind goes, right? And I say this: those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, right? Like Weaver, he's in the chat. I think that you're a good guy in general, right? But he's in the chat and he's fighting for his team, right? That's literally how backwards that is. Is like Malik Weaver is going to the strip club, and this is the best analogy, right? And he's going to the strip club saying, I don't want to see tatas. I don't want to see it. Put some clothes on. Like, dude, you in the strip club. You paid money to get in, or you snuck in. And you the only one complaining about the shaking and the tatas, right? That's backwards living, fam. Right? It's backwards. Like, this is a Cowboys syndicate channel. And you come here spreading your Eagles droplets, right? And on top of that, you come into one of the most boisterous channel of all, knowing that I keep the same energy, right? I talked bad about you all last year, and I was right? I talked all bad about you the year before. Now, granted, in 2017, you guys won. But believe it or not, I would prefer you guys to win it all versus the other team. But it is what it is. He's in the strip club saying, I'm tired of seeing stuff, Get out. What you think? He's the only one that's mad, right? Mr. Passion, you're live.
What's up, man?
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
How you doing, fam? It's been a long time.
I'm well with 2 L's, man. What's good with you, man?
How's the family, brother?
They wonderful, man. It's just been a beautiful situation with
Good.
us this
Send my
offseason.
love to them both.
Yes, indeed.
The daughter and the wife and everything, brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I just wanted to check in with you and share some positivity and some love to you and all Cowboys Nation. It's been a while. I've been working a lot, so I had a little while to jump in and say some things and see what you talking about today. What you conversating on, homie?
Yeah, man, we just having a free for all. We are the underdogs, the Cowboys, the 12-5 Cowboys from the previous year, and this is a year to year. This is a year to year league. So, granted, I would take it. I love being the underdog. By the way, it's fun being the underdog.
I do too. And the way I see it is like you're saying. And how I see it is, people can do all the talking they want to do.
Do all of it they want to do,
they can say what they want to say.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's what you put out there on that field.
Big facts.
And it's about what that team does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about what the coaches do to make this team come together and make it the best team possible. And at the end of the day, like Michael Parsons says, you got to line up on Sundays and Thursdays and Saturdays or whatever days you play football in the NFL, and you got to beat us, or we got to beat you. So either way, line up, strap your chin strap up, and let's go. Quit the talking. That's like that A.J. Brown saying with the Eagles. Right. Oh, we gonna beat the Cowboys. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Well, you know what? You know what you can do, Eagles team and Eagles Nation? You can quiet your mouth, shut your trap, strap your chin strap up, and let's go. Because let's go. You know what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We're gonna put up 70-something points on you, your crazy butt, and you gonna be sitting there at 14 or 21, looking like you know what, like chicken scratch.
No doubt.
Okay, you gonna get the dirty bird put on you. Period. We're gonna be the Cowboys doing the dirty bird on you. And smiling and laughing while we on the way out your stadium when you're looking real funny, or when you come to ours. Like I told you, we're going to be better than 12-5 this year. Okay? In my opinion. My prediction is we going 14-2. Okay?
Wow.
We're going to be 14-2. And Lamb's going to have, like I told you, 1,000-something yards. And Tolbert's going to have 1,000-something yards.
Okay.
And Lamb's going to have 11 or 12 touchdowns, and Tolbert's going to have 9 to 10 touchdowns as a rookie. Okay?
Okay.
And all the people worrying about, well, who's going to catch the ball? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? They're out there working together as a family. Get it? As a unit. Okay? They're putting the work in. So until you see games, until you see the product on the field, just enjoy the ride. Because that's what it is. It's an adventure to get to where you want to be. And they got to fight. They got to work just like every other 32 teams in the NFL and do their thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to show out on defense and offense this year. We're going to go all the way to the NFC East Championship like I spoke not too long ago into existence. It shall pass. It too shall happen. And we will win a Super Bowl this year. We will go to the Super Bowl this year. It don't matter who we play. It don't who we line up across. We're going to smash you in the mouth, put your quarterback in the dirt, and send you packing. Period. Now, let's go, Cowboys!
Yes, indeed. My gosh, Shap, man. Appreciate you. That's Mr. Passion right there.
Much love, man.
Hey. So that people won't still rag you, what have you. Can you fix the records again? Because we play one more game instead of 16 games, it's 17 games.
Okay, I didn't know. I forgot that. Okay, we play 17 games. So,
yes. So what that record will be? Let them know.
What's the realistic record in your eyes? Okay, if they're going to do better than 12-5, since we have 17 games, what is it? 15-2?
Yeah, 15-2. So yeah, there we go.
So we're going to be 15-2 this year.
Let's get it, baby. Mark, okay? I got you. You my dog.
Word.
Yeah. That's
Cowboys
why.
Nation, hating nation, hateration. I don't care. Participation gets you in some emancipation. I don't care which. But we're gonna be 15-2.
There we go, my dog. That's my guy right there. And that's what a brother's supposed to do. You see, when my guy slipped, he didn't fall. When my guy slipped, I picked him up. You see? So that's what we do. I catch him before he fell. So that's what I'm talking about, Cowboy Nation. That's how we do it. Hey, I got the 614. What do you know? You live. $614, once, twice, 3 times a lady. 614, you live.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, you live, man. It was good with you.
Hey, how you doing, Lord, man? I'm a huge fan of yours, man. I've been Cowboys fan since I've been watching football for. But my question was, listening to the other day when you did the film on LVE. You said he more of a grab and pull down guy.
Right.
I guess my question would be, I was looking at some of the other film studies you did before his collarbone injury. Do you think he's more cautious on making tackles since the collarbone injury, or do you just think that's his style of play?
When he first came into the league, I think that he led more with we want trust and believe, we want the guy to wrap tackle. You know, we don't want people to lead with their shoulders, right? We want them to wrap, see the target, and bring them down. I think that he's more cautious of the way he pursued and the way he tackled collectively, which also can be a problem when he faced against other running backs or people with the ball. So to answer your question, do I think that he changed his tackling technique to preserve his body? Yes. I think that he don't do the reckless abandon type of tackling, which is it is what it is. I think that he's a little slow to diagnosing plays. I think that he hesitate a little bit when sliding into the A or B gap, but because of his injury. So he's not that guy that will make you pay. But is he serviceable or solid enough to play on the national football level? Yeah, right, to have a guy that's going to be the quarterback of the defense? The answer to that question is yes. But if he's over the top, the answer to that question is no. But he is serviceable enough.
I agree with you. I'm just more of a – I'm on your page when it's more of a make the guy pay. I'm more of a run through my man, shoulder to your stomach, your chest, and knock all life out of you if I could.
Right.
Like when I played, I got in trouble all the time for hitting people, so that's why I got into football.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I've been more observing your film studies and stuff like that, and I figured that would be a good question. You know, 'cause I seen some of the film of him prior to the injury, and he was actually laying the lumber on a few people. And then after the injury, he kind of softened up a little bit. So I figured
look, put it like this. You don't get compared to being Brian Urlacher by being a soft tackler. There are some flips out there, even when he played in college or what have you. And keep in mind, he played 8-on-8 football, so he came a long way.
That was impressive.
That was very impressive. And some of the things that I look at LVE on is that he's more of a cover type of cover type of linebacker. You know, if he was a little bit quicker, shoot, you could put him down as strong safety, you know, but he's not that flexible. And he had problems when the runner get to that second level and they get to him and he's having a hard time disengaging from bigger people. So granted, if I was wrong on my assessment, let's say, for example, if I was wrong on my assessment, right? Then there would have been 31 other teams right now with LVE on their roster, right? Because he only got signed for a $2 million deal and former first-round draft pick. There would have been 31 other teams sitting there looking at the same tape that I'm looking at, and they would have put in an offer.
Right, and I agree with you saying. I just figured I'd ask, because like I said, before the injury, he looked like he had more aggression to him.
Right.
And since the collarbone, it's kind of like he didn't softened up.
Right.
No, I definitely agree with you. And I guess my other question would be, have you heard anything on the Jabril Cox update, like his injury? Because I feel like he's going to be a great asset once he's on the field, him and Michael Parsons.
Here's my thing is with Jabril Cox. He himself is a rangy guy, more of a cover linebacker than a guy that can come down and lead the team and tackles the type of linebacker. He leads with his shoulder. He's not that much of a rap guy. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? But I think that his diagnosis of plays and his speed to power is a little bit better. And we hope that Jabril Cox can give us something in return. But to me personally, Jabril Cox as the Mike linebacker, I will have a big reservation on, because it will be more of him inside the box, right? And all of my scouting review and my tape assessment is that I like Jabril Cox better detached from the box. So unless, coaching can do some things to improve that, I just have a big pause on that. So I don't know anything for right now with Jabril Cox until training camp in 3 weeks, until we start seeing him move around independently.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate you taking my call, man. Go Cowboys, and keep doing your thing, Raw.
Appreciate you, man. Good call. Good call from him from the 614. So this is no shade at my guy Jabril Cox, nor this is no shade at LVE. This is just my observation, analysis, and I could be 1,000,000% wrong. I'm not that guy that would sit here and say I'm right about this or I'm right about that, and that's the end of it, everything as far as the conversational piece. But this is a situation whereas I just tell you guys what my thoughts are. Shout out to you, Young Wilson, for the donation. Law, thanks for being one of the best Cowboys content creators for us Cowboy fans. I appreciate it. Prayers to all, man. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go. I appreciate you so much, man. Young Wilson, you are the truth. I appreciate you. All right, so the 757, you're live. 757.
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah,
what's going on,
man, all is well. I can't complain, fam. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I was riled up before, I called in, and so I calmed down a little bit. I was looking at the you watched that Chris, I guess it was Greeny, but it was Chris Canty and some other guy that was running the show, and they did the duos, the top 5 duos in the NFL.
Oh, wow. So, wide receiver duos or running back duos or linebacker duos? Which one?
Defensive duos.
Oh, I need to check that one out. I love defense, man. When they did that video.
I have no idea. I just ran across it. It was just on my little timeline. I just ran across it, man. I have no idea when it was shot.
Okay.
It had to have been recent, though.
Uh-huh.
But, so, the guy that he's doing the show with, and I give Chris Canty a lot of credit, man, because I know he used to bashing us, but he gave Michael Parsons and Diggs the number 1 spot over Aaron Donald and Ramsey.
Okay.
The guy was like, so how do you do that? How do you figure that? And then Chris Canty was like, basically like, I already voted Michael Parsons a better defensive player than Aaron Donald coming up. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was like, he was just going through the PFF ratings and all that, showing how terrible Trayvon Diggs' rating is, how he's number 80 on the cornerback list. You know how they do Diggs, right. I ain't got to go down the list of everything. And I'm just like, and then he said some stuff. It just really riled me up. He was like, quarterbacks could not wait to throw the ball his way. I was like, bruh, see, here we go, man. You know what I'm saying? See, that line got me hot. I was like, you need to ask Tom Brady how he feels.
Right.
Justin Herbert how he feels.
Yep.
Aaron Donald not Aaron. That's what's Sam Donald. Sam Donald how he feels. Yeah. All the Giants quarterbacks how they feel. Every single Eagles. Jalen Hurts gave what? He gave freaking Trayvon Diggs a touchdown. How you think Jalen Hurts is like? I can't wait to throw to Trayvon Diggs. Man, it just riles me up when I hear that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just riles me up. But
here's the thing. Here's the thing. The people that really watch film, right? There's really like the person that ate up Trayvon Diggs last season, Tim Patrick, right?
Yeah.
And that was a 50-50 situation as far as that jump ball.
Patrick,
Tim ate us up the Denver's game. That was the most yardage he gave up all that year. But you can't, if you really want to put that Patriots situation on him, I get it. He caught that big pass. Right. But if you really contextualize where DeMonte KZ's supposed to be at, that's 50-50 judgment call there. The other game that you really...
Safety.
Yeah, he was a safety. So if the other game that you really want to hold Trayvon Diggs' feet to the fire was Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney ate him up, and if you want to sprinkle in the Brandon Ayuk, right?
Brandon
Ayuk.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
the playoff game.
Oh my God, I was like, oh no,
that was just a bad game.
Yeah, it was
all
a bad
around
game
for
man.
our team. I feel like.
Yeah,
but
like there's no other game.
Came out shell shock.
There's no other game. Like.
Right.
If you go pull up that Keenan Allen tape, I believe that anybody, I don't think Keenan Allen was locked up a little bit.
Locked up.
What's the other kid name for Buccaneers?
DJ Moore locked up.
Oh yeah, DJ.
Bucks.
Evans. What's his name? What's his name from Texas? Dang, his name is tip of my tongue. Texas A&M. Huh? Y'all put it down, man. What's light skinned man name, man? Shoot.
Oh, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. Shoot, light skinned, bro. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, he shut Evans down, man. You know.
Right.
Keenan Allen,
like,
DJ Moore, man. Come on, man. What Tyree said? What do you want from me?
I don't exactly. It's like, man, can my man have a bad game here and there?
Yeah.
All we know is 11 times he gave our offense 11 different chances, and 9 times out of 10, either our defense cashed or our offense cashed. I'm just over the top when it comes to Trayvon Diggs. Like, this dude is just the worst guy walking earth right now. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
so let them continue to keep down, man. I like my guy Diggs, but as far as a combo,
me too. I don't want to go nowhere.
Yeah, as far as a combo, Parsons, Diggs, I think we missing one other piece to that puzzle, and I said he may be the guy that would surprise everyone. I had the people to hit me up on IG on Instagram, and it's Malik Hooker.
Yeah.
It's Malik Hooker.
Who is it? Oh, Malik Hooker. Oh, yeah, bro. I be forgetting we got him on the team.
People fail to realize. I saw Malik Hooker play some 5-on-5 basketball. I was praying to God, Yahweh. I was like, come on, Malik. Come on, man. What you doing out there, man? Malik, what you doing playing 5-on-5 basketball?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Jordan Lewis was cooking him. I was like, oh, Lord. I didn't know Jordan had it like that when it came to b-ball, man. Like, I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Last thing I gotta go over, Law. That daggone Eagles superstar team ish coming from Miles Sanders, the guy that scored 0 touchdowns last year, man.
Yeah.
This is the egregious stuff that I'm talking about, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be saying anything. He should his feet need to be on the ladders right now. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be saying nothing. This boy scored 0 touchdowns. I don't want no talk coming from any Eagles fan talking about Zeke, Trayvon Diggs, Dak Prescott. Y'all got bigger problems, bro. Y'all got bigger problems to worry about. That's all I got, Law. You know what I'm saying?
Well, appreciate you, man.
Stuff be riling me up, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. Look, if there's anybody I can't wait to see will be those Eagles. Man, you know what? I miss the Washington team, man. Last year I had a lot of Washington people, man, but they took their humble slices of pies. They said, man, we gonna eat that humble pie.
I don't even take them serious like that no more.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even the same rivalry. I'm like, the Cowboys versus the Commanders. That don't even got no ring to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It
don't, it's just another team gonna have to smash twice a year out of this mud.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Salute to you, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, good call from him, man. Good call from him. I'm having some good time today. All right, man, from the 808. You live.
Hey, good morning, man. This is Young.
Young Wilson. Oh, man, what's good with you, man? Let me save your name in here.
What's good with you, Law?
All is well. I appreciate you, man, for your support, your love for the channel and everything, man.
All good, man. It's been a while. I've been busy. Got a lot of projects going on here, but just wanted to touch bases with you with the Cowboys. My biggest thing is I let all the people talk. They can talk all they want right now. It's a season of talking. My main thing is the O-line, Tyler Smith. If you don't play him at left guard, can you let him play left guard? Let him get that position down. I don't want it flip-flopping this year. He's a rookie. Let him get the guard position down first.
Just tell him to master one side, don't have him playing left tackle and guard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let him master one before he try to master too.
Yeah.
You see what happened to Steele last year. It looked good on the left side, or the right side. Switching to the left side, he looked like he was lost. So
yeah.
It's not to do that, I think. And then I think the people they brought in to try and see if they could compete with the other center, Badash, Biotish.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he must have did some work over this offseason because he's keeping them all out there. And I think the focus has been more on the skill positions, which should be, but I don't think the skill positions shine without the lines.
Yeah.
Without the interior line, without the center. I think it's all predicated with the center on the offensive line and the nose tackle on the defensive line.
The core of it, yeah.
I think in past we've talked where we both said that once we had those, not even all pros, just decent studs that played that position well, we've done really, really well.
We did.
Ever since we've not put allocations on money on those positions, we've never done well yet. So maybe we do well now, but the question I wanted to ask you was, do you think we should have gone with the center over Tyler Smith? Offensive line on the draft.
You talking about Tyler Linderbaum, right? Linderbaum.
Yeah.
They got a guy named, I think on this team, Alex Lindstrom. I think I need to do a film assessment on him, and his size and everything and his athleticism is very close to Tyler Linderbaum. And I'm not saying that he is that, but I believe that this particular team they got high hopes on Tyler Biotish, believe it or not. And when you look up Tyler Biotish's tape, you will see two forms of it. On the front end or the first part of the season, he was giving up a lot of pressure, what have you, and then all of a sudden, down the stretch, he played better. So I think that they trying to look at it like if you saw the jump between Terrence Steele during the offseason, what about the jump of Tyler Biotish? Keep in mind, in the 2020 year, he only played half of that season. So last year was his first season, technically. So I think that they have high hopes for that. I think they have high hopes for Tyler Biotish to make that leap. And they got the best run blocker out of the draft, and that was Tyler Smith. There's no one that had a better run blocking grade than him, and that's what they looking at it, like that aspect of it. I hope they get back to 12 looks in power football.
I hope we go back to power football also. If that's the case, then yeah, I don't feel too bad. What my thing is this, though. We're not going to find out till it's too late, though. If he did make that step up, well, let's say he doesn't make that step forward, when will we find out? We'll find out in the preseason when he's getting pushed back again, and then we're going to have to wait 8 games for him to get back on his feet again.
That is the roll of the dice. That is roll of the dice because all through training camp, what we're about to see in the next few weeks, you can't hit the quarterback, right? So there's no tangible evidence that this guy can hold it down. None of these, like all offensive linemen, because you know that these defensive linemen, they're not going to play at full speed, right? So we got to wait, man. That's the only thing that's crawling up our you-know-what right now, young.
Right, so not to make the cost long law, but so for me, that's going back to if you're going to put Tyler Smith as that bulldog run bro bulldozer in the middle and team him up with Connor Biotish,
right?
Then let them practice that. Let them get down to where they're perfect, knowing what to look for, what to get basically help from each side. Get that straight so that Dak could have a clean middle pocket where he could step forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I try to say to like a lot of my friends in Hawaii with the team, and I'm like, until we fix that center, that middle, I'm like, we'll do good, and we'll go as far as our line goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best. I'm a diehard Dallas fan, you know that, but a little skeptical on the offensive line. So defensive line, we got a lot more hope. We put more poundage up front with the talent. So yeah. Well, man, keep up the great work.
I appreciate you, Young.
Always love listening to you, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support and your love for the channel. Thank you.
All the time, man. Love.
Yes, indeed, man. That's good calls, man. Look, I got 2 more callers up in here just chilling, man. So I'm gonna get to you guys right quick. But you guys might have heard of him last week, and I just gave him a new name or what have you. And his name is the Enlightened One, right? Enlightened Mark, man. You're live, man.
That's high praise from somebody I truly respect, so I thank you.
I appreciate you.
So I like us in this so-called underdog role where everybody's skeptical about everything. It's kind of more of a prove it situation than or prove people wrong situation than running in with these high expectations. I don't really count the 2020 season as a real season because we had subpar coaching staff, a ton of rookies with no mini camp, no training camp, virtual everything. So last year was really like the first year that a lot of so I'll count that as like Trayvon Diggs' first real season.
Yeah.
The same with a lot of other guys on the team because this is the first time they actually went through the NFL schedule regimen. They had real workout time. They got actual film time and field time to do things at the NFL level. What I'm looking for the most, to allude to what the last caller spoke about, he was saying that he wanted Tyler Smith to just focus on one side. But I think he's a versatile player. So moving him up, and I think doing anything besides moving him from left to right, left tackle, left guard, right tackle, right guard, is doing him a disservice. Because that's what we drafted him to be, nasty. So wherever we need a nasty physical player, and just so happen we got the best right guard in football, so we don't necessarily need him there, but we don't know what Steele is going to look like at right tackle this year. He had a very good last year, but, things happen. So if we need another physical player, it'd be great to just be able to plug in a guy knowing that we got McGovern, that we could kick to left guard and still have a solid line. And from the defensive side of the ball, what I'm looking forward to the most this season is the way we use Micah to destroy matchups when we find a left tackle that may be shaky or a right tackle that may be weak or a guard or center or lining him up and at strong safety sometimes to take away a running back or a slot player that they may want to really target. So I'm just looking forward to seeing the maturation of Micah Parsons. I feel like he's going to have a special year, and the defense as a whole will be a top 7 and above team. I don't know about the amount of takeaways because, that's happenstance. So great defense doesn't mean you turn the ball over all the time. It just means you get stops and get off the field. So I want to see us become used to success because we haven't had back-to-back good years in a long time on any side of the ball. So
Big
having
facts.
Continued success, building on the offense last year. I think we were number 1 overall, but I don't think we looked like a number 1 overall defense after week 7.
You talking about
a lot of it?
You talking about offense or defense? Which side? Number 1.
So defense, I just want to see us be successful continually, get in that top 7 to 10 range and stay there. And then on offense, I want to see us be more balanced when it matters. I thought Kellen did a great job in the Buccaneers game of exploiting the matchup. We saw Dean was the weakest link, so we put our best receiver, whether it be CD, whether it be Gallup, whether it be Coop, and we went at him all game.
Yeah.
We didn't do that again for the rest of the season. We had matchups that we could have taken advantage of, and instead we chose to just call plays, not exploit matchups. So I want to see us do that on both sides of the ball. More so if we get something that we really like, until they can prove they can adjust, we should continue to do it. I don't understand why we were getting 7 to 8 yards a catch on Dean. We did that one game. We had a similar matchup against everyone we played against, where we have a corner that's decent and another dude who probably shouldn't be out there with our number 1. So why don't we just continue to go at that guy? So I want to see us be more matchup specific, and that was my roundabout way of saying it.
Yeah,
more
most certainly.
matchup specific.
Most certainly, man. You're on the money with everything you said. I think that Kellen Moore's best game that he called last year, one being the Carolina Panthers, the other one being the Patriots game. I think that game plan, that philosophy on how we attacked was pretty good. I want people to look at, for homework purposes, go back and look at that Raiders game, second half. I think that the Cowboys called and dialed up a better game plan with Kellen Moore in that game. But what hurt them, they tried to get a little too cute with rotating the offensive line, which hurt the team, and they shied away from what was working when they had the two back sets and when they went to 12 personnel as well. So and people would go back and look at those games and say we lost, so they don't look at the game as accredited to the offensive coordinator. And keep in mind, that game, I want people to also understand that we didn't have Lamb, or I believe Cooper, he was hurt or what have you, or he couldn't play as well because of the C-19 situation.
I think he had the virus, so he wasn't able to, or he hadn't passed the virus protocol yet.
Right. So that Raiders game, although, we lost, and I know a lot of people from Cowboys community can't stomach going back watching the game, right, that we lost, and especially how we lost. But I look back at that game, I said, oh, Kellen Moore, okay, I see you. But we didn't have any outside receivers at all. We had Noah Brown and my guy Cedric Wilson as your starting wide receiver. So we still managed to put up 30-something points. And the Cowboys, if they can go back to just being focused on taking away the other team's opponents, like attack football versus just playing your philosophy, I think that we will be a better team overall for what you're saying.
Absolutely. I have another, I have a question for you. So, what are your like projections or things you want to see from Dak moving forward? Because I feel like he's super underrated, and he gets criticism like we talked about last time. Get criticism just for the sake of getting criticism, none of it being constructive. But what do you feel like for us to take the next step, like really compete in the playoffs, push for, challenge for a Super Bowl? What do you need to see from your quarterbacks this year?
Let me see. Breaking news: Brown trading. Okay, Baker Mayfield to the Panthers. Okay, my guy Baker Mayfield. Let me just check one more thing. I gotta check one of the sources right quick. And not to dismiss what you're saying, fam, but hold on.
No. You running the show. Do your thing, man.
Let me see what we got here. Bam. And we're gonna put it in it, because Twitter always be on the money with it. All right, so it says here a new QB in Carolina. Panthers are acquiring former number 1 overall draft pick Baker Mayfield from the Browns for a 2024 conditional 5th round draft pick. Sources tell Tom Pelissero. Okay, so he in his pending and physical. So he is now playing for the Carolina Panthers. Oh, so shout out to Baker Mayfield, man. I hope all is well with him.
For sure.
Who did they draft the quarterback there? Who's the quarterback for Panthers?
Let's see. Nobody of note, but let's see.
The Eagles should be mad. See, the Eagles, y'all missed out on Baker Mayfield.
No, they took a lineman. The Panthers took Akeem from North Carolina State.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Quarterback,
so they had all along that they was going to get a quarterback. I thought that for sure that Baker Mayfield was going to go to the Seattle Seahawks, but by him winding up in Panthers, man, that's good for them. Sam Darnold. So that means Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield, 2 former first-round draft picks. That's crazy, huh? Oh, Matt Corral. I thought that they
Corral?
did. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a loaded room over there, huh? Do they have Sam Darnold? I forgot. Do they still have Sam Darnold?
Let me see. Is Darnold with the Falcons?
Oh, he with the Falcons. Okay.
Let's see. Let me confirm that.
Yeah. Matt Corral. Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a lot of quarterbacks in that room there.
Yeah, but nobody to worry about.
Yeah.
Just a lot of bodies. No one to know. So what do you think?
Repeat your question to me about what you said about the Cowboys. One other thing that you were about to say.
So Dallas taking the next step, like being Super Bowl, like perennial playoff team, and like actual contender for a Super Bowl. What do you need to see from Dak this year? Like what steps do you need to see from him? What maturities or growth do you need to see?
I want people to Google, Bill Parcells' 10 Commandments, and if Dak Prescott could follow those things for the 2022 season, he'll get back to the playoffs. I think that Dak Prescott, he needs to look at this thing and say, okay, 37-10, that was the bar. I need to be better than that from what I did last year. And I think that if Dak Prescott can continue to stay healthy, I think we can get more of that first half of Dak Prescott before he pulled his ankle, calf muscle. And I really think that Dak Prescott can have an MVP type of year. Before people say, hey, you lost out on Amari Cooper or what have you, keep in mind, the people that outside of Amari Cooper that they said we lost out on, those were the same people that said that they were no one, right? A lot of people say, who's Cedric Wilson? He's a nobody, right? So now we got James Washington. We do have Jalen Tolbert. Now Dak is going to elevate them in 3 to 4 years from now. They will be saying, man, James Washington, Jalen Tolbert. Oh, my goodness, C.D. Lamb. The Cowboys are loaded. That's how it goes every year. Mm-hmm. So I think that Dak Prescott will continue to do the same thing, what he did last year, but better.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking to see how CD and Dak work, because what I see, CD has grown into like one of the best receivers in the league, and his yards after catch, his ability to make tough catches. I want to see Dak lean on him more on third down and not so much. I mean, obviously on the tight end, but Don Schultz just going to catch the ball and fall. He's not going to break any tackles unless wide open.
Right.
He's not going to do anything after catch. So I want to see them lean more on CD. And I don't know, I got a feeling that CD is going to, like, he going to not have a breakout, but like a special, like 13, 14 touchdown type season this year. And I feel like it's necessary if the offense is going to replicate or come close to what we did last year. We're going to need CD to be an absolute monster to bring the other guys along. Because I feel like talent-wise they're there, but maybe from a confidence standpoint, like Jalen Tolbert is a first-year rookie. Even though he's super gifted as a pass catcher and a route runner, he's still young. So it's going to take him a few games to really find his way, I believe. And I think in that time, CD is going to have to carry us, especially till we get Gallup back. He may miss the first few weeks or month of the season. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for CD stepping into that light that all the receivers in the league believe he is. Like, everybody's saying he the next up. So I want to see one of those, like, this is kind of what we got with Dez his second year. I'm counting that's his second year because he played with a mishmash of quarterbacks his rookie year. So last year was, to me, his first year in the league. So I'm looking league year 2 to 3. When a player's special, you see it in there, and in the stats and the way defense is covering them. So I want to see CD Lamb command that kind of attention that everybody says he deserves. I think he will, but it's still a bit of an unknown. But those are my things that I want to see. Like Micah as our chess piece, as Dan Quinn alluded to. I want to see Tyler Smith be nasty wherever we put him. And then I want to see CD Lamb shine like he's supposed to. He got the 88 on, so it's got to happen. We don't typically hand that out. We had T.O. here, and we didn't give it to T.O., so, I don't. Man, typically, when you put the 88 on somebody, they do something special.
It will happen, man, and it's just going to take some time for everyone to see it. And I have no doubt about CD Lamb stepping up to the and putting everything on his shoulders. So I can't wait, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, Mark.
Of course, man. I appreciate the show, Law.
Anytime,
I appreciate
fam.
you, man.
Salute, bro. Good call from him, man. Good call, man. All right, so we're going to do this.
The conference has been locked.
And I got the 540. You the last caller of the day. You're live.
Lord, what it do, man? It's Nick, man.
Nick, what's good with you, man?
Hey, man, look, man, I called him the first time afterwards, man. I got so much slack. These dudes talking about, man, you a Debbie Downer, you this and that, man. Little do y'all know, let me just set the record straight, man. I was at 6 Cowboys games last year, man.
Okay.
4 home, 2 in the away.
Okay.
So, I mean, if y'all think I'm some anti-Cowboys fan, just want to stir the pot negatively, man, that's a false narrative, man. So I just want to let y'all know in the chat that it's a false narrative, man. I'm the biggest Cowboys fan as ever, man. But
there's nothing wrong with being objective, fam. There's nothing wrong with being objective with your analysis of the game.
Ain't nothing wrong with being objective. But look, man, talk to me a little bit, man, because I'm seeing some rumbles, man. Look like we might try to pick somebody up. I've been on Twitter and Instagram, looking like I seeing Anthony Barr name out there. What you think about him, man? You think that'd be a good pickup?
I think that Anthony Barr will elevate the room based off of his resume, and what he did last year for his particular team. 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, or what have you. Those are numbers that you can't sneeze upon. So I think that will help elevate and boost his room up 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the idea. I think we for sure could use some linebacker depth for sure. I mean, we got a lot of unproven guys out of the top 2. I mean, top 3. I mean, you look at Leighton. I mean, I like what he gave us, when he first came out. But it seems like he's starting to, his teeth are starting to longing a little bit. He's starting to get a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And then his durability, man. I mean, he's good at a snap count for me, but. To me, man, I would love for us to get a guy like Barr at the right price. And I'm also looking at, who I forgot was still out there at wide receiver? My guy Julio, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with him, man. We need to see what type of shape he's in for sure. Because I mean, if he can even give us what he gave the Titans, maybe a little bit more, man, I think that's going to be nothing but a boom, because I think corners and DB still fear that dude. That's still Julio Jones in my mind. Albeit maybe 33, 32. I don't know, man. That's what I was just looking at. Because I think we're going to pick up somebody, or maybe 1 or 2 pieces, maybe offense and defense, before we go into camp. Yeah, I was just wanting to see what your thoughts was looking towards that.
Well, with Julio, I get it. He's a body, right? And a known name in the Cowboys rumor mill, and I think that Julio will bring experience, and that's experience only. I don't think that you look at Julio and say, "All right, cool." He's going to be the difference maker. Yeah. You're going to bring him in.
He can give us anything from Tennessee. And maybe a little more than that, that'd be nothing but a boom for sure.
Yeah, and change of scenery would probably work out for him. But last year, what he had, let me pull up his stat line. Last year, he had 31 receptions, 434 yards, and 1 touchdown. And we can say, okay, he was hurt, because that's what it looks like as far as targets or what have you, only 46 targets. But let me look at his previous year, 2020. He had 51 receptions, 771 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So based off of his last 2 years, and that was the pandemic year, let me see what he did in 2019. Yeah. If it's a cheap discount deal, then if you look back at 2019, he had 99 receptions, 1,394. So that is number 1 target type of guy. Of course, he had 149 targets. That's a lot of targets, man. And I think that year he was the end-all, be-all for the Falcons. But I can tell you those 99 targets, 99 receptions is something. But I think the sun is setting on him right now. And for the Cowboys to think that they're going to get that levels of production from him would be them reaching. That's just how it is, unfortunately, man.
I mean, look, my whole thing ain't like I'm in panic mode about it, but I just we got to take some of this pressure off of CD, man. Because look, I'm gonna be at the Tampa game week 1, man. But I mean, like how you just brought up James Washington to the last call.
James Washington.
I'm not laughing at you, dog, but come on, man. You talking about all this, talking about look, we loaded, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm just looking at a DB's perspective. I'm telling you, I just don't want them to look at our core guys that we got after CD if Gallup's not there, for the first maybe 1 to 4 weeks. I say even if he's not, man, I just feel like them defense is gonna try to just be a little more aggressive, a little more pouncy because they're like, man, they really only got one guy that might take the top off, that might beat us. So, man, I'm hoping, man, I'm crossing my fingers every day we pick up somebody that's just gonna at least say, okay, we're gonna have to sit back, maybe think about it. I remember we was, thinking about DK Metcalf, those rumblings, man. I mean, I kind of was with you when you was doing this film session.
Yeah.
I watched the video. I listen. To me, I feel like he would definitely be able to be somebody that'll be, give us what we need in terms of that production aspect. But I know the price is going to be too high. So,
yeah, but that's something. Look, I get it. Reputations along. Julio Jones will bring a lot of eyeballs, and then on top of that, it will sell a lot of tickets, right? He's 33 and a half years of age. He had a troubling injury history or what have you. And one thing that you have to understand and know with Dak Prescott, he need wide receivers to be in practice with him. Dak Prescott is a trust type of quarterback. He's not a gunslinger. He's not a guy that's going to close his eyes and throw it. And I don't think that Julio is the type of wide receiver, unfortunately, to get the separation that you would like to see.
Well, see, this is my thing about it. We got creative with him. It's like I'm looking at Julio. I'm definitely not looking at Dallas got Julio. Let's get the ratings up. Damn the ratings, man. We've been the highest rated team for the past 20 years and haven't even reached the championship. So, I mean, it's really damn the ratings. But I'm thinking of more like as situational. We use him in the red zone. I feel like, in that short yardage, that short area, I mean, it's like I said, they probably know a little more than we do about his condition. But to me, if he's able to play and go, to me, man, you put that dude in the red zone area, I feel like he could still be productive.
Are you talking about Julio? Are you talking about Julio?
Yeah, I'm talking about Julio.
If that's the case, man, call me crazy. I would rather for them to pick up the phone and call Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant still got more red zone touchdowns than Julio. And he's younger. I think Dez is younger than Julio. And he got more touchdowns.
How long? At least Julio played last year, man. At least he played last year. Dez was my dog for sure. Don't get me nowhere started.
Right. Right.
But no, I mean, at least he played last year. But yeah, there's my guy.
But I just want to set the record. Julio is not a red zone threat type of guy. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not the big red zone guy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what he could be at this stage. I'm not
at this stage.
You throw it to him 12 times a game anymore. But in the short yard, I feel like he has big body, man. He could do something, man. To me. And like I said, I don't know his condition, so maybe I could be totally wrong. Maybe his condition is not where it should be to even get those type of targets. But I mean, to me, I think we just need somebody, man. I keep harping on it, man. And the last thing I'm gonna bring up, because I forgot to bring this up the first time I called. That damn that Randy Gregory loss, man. I hope that don't come back to bite us, man. Like you said, you probably a little higher than me on Sam Williams. I think I do kind of see him as like a one-trick pony, kind of like what Randy was. I mean, Randy wasn't really no crazy run stopper, but I mean, listen, if Sam Williams can just, I would literally just show him Randy Gregory's film, like, dude, if you could give us that, man, listen, that'll be a blessing from God, because I just really feel like, I just hope that loss doesn't hinder the defense too much. You know what I'm saying? We do got some guys we're gonna work with it and give them more snaps this year. But to me, man, Randy was a big loss on that edge, man. I don't know how you feel about that. Like I said, maybe you have a little more stock in Sam Williams than I do. But
well, I like I said before, I like Randy Gregory, but he wasn't reliable. He was that doggone nice. I had a '94 Camaro, right? With the ones with the little chip on it, the little one that stick out with the little chip on it. And when that thing go bad, sometimes it crank up when it want to, and I'll have a full tank of gas, good battery and everything, and it just don't crank up sometimes. Based off of last year,
to me, last year he gave me, I mean, like you said, yeah, it was some inconsistency still there for sure.
Right.
But you telling me if he got 6 sacks in the edge pressure that he was giving us, man, I just felt like he would have rolled back into this year, man, the full training camp with the deal ready to go, man. I felt like the defense, would have been, to me, a little bit more scary. But like I said, Sam Williams is definitely, his one trick was 11.5 sacks last year in college. So I'm not at all mad at the pick. I just hope it doesn't take too long for that to come out, and then we losing a little bit in terms of edge pressure. But I mean, of course, we got one of the top defensive minds in Dan Quinn, so I'm sure he's going to be cooking up something over there. But yeah, man, that's why I wanted to bring it. I feel like I hope Randy Gregory's loss is not too big on us, but we're going to see, man. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit more excited because training camp coming up, man. So yeah, man, but that's all I really had today, man.
Man, I feel you, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. I feel you with your reservations, but I don't even think that even Randy Gregory will be available week 1 for the Denver Broncos. To be fair,
right? Because he's still dealing with that injury he had with us, wasn't it?
Right. Well, this is something else that they found out, that he had to have surgery on his rotator cuff, so on his upper body. And then he had the knee deal this off season. I'm not trying to take away. I think the world of Randy Gregory. Shout out to his dad. His dad watched the podcast, and his mom as well. But the reality of it is that he's like that 1994 Camaro I had, a 92 Camaro, I meant to say. That joker will crank up when it want to, man. But I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for jumping in.
I'll keep in touch soon, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Salute, bro. Yeah. I get it, Cowboy Nation. Let me see. It's 1 o'clock. I said I'll go live until 1. I got some other things I got to get into today, but I just want to tell you guys that don't cry over spilled milk. Randy Gregory, kudos to him. Shame on the Cowboys how they've written the contract up. And whatever the original offer was, I can only imagine, right? We know that it was a low offer, right? We're not privy to the information of what the offer was, or I think it was leaked out. And then he went test the open market and found out that the Denver Broncos was willing to give him this particular contract, the $70 million contract, and the Cowboys countered. But they put that clause in the contract, meaning that if he gets fined, then he would lose his guaranteed monies, right? And the fine was anywhere around of anything. It had nothing to do with substance abuse or what have you. He could have had his socks too long, right? And he would have got fined, and he would have lost some of his guarantees. So was it crass of the Cowboys to offer that type of contract and language to that? Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is a shrewd business, right? And the Cowboys like to hold a lot of money to themselves or what have you. And we sitting on $23 million right now. One can argue that it should be 33, but we'll find out what they're going to do with the tight end there. But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you guys. Randy could only get 6 sacks with Micah. People are sleeping on Fowler. This is Ultra Cowboy. And let me pull up Dante Fowler. I mean, come on, baby. He had 22 solos, 3 forced fumbles, 5 sacks, right? And that's last year. And last I checked, I don't think that Dante Fowler had a Parsons on that team, right? Had a guy that was just plucking all of the interceptions out of the sky. And I don't think that Fowler, of course, you know, he Dan Quinn coached him up a little bit at his stay at Atlanta Land. But he had 5 sacks. Come on, baby. You know, let me see. Let me pull up. That's Neil. Let me pull up Randy Watson. Let me pull up Randy. He had 6. Now, 2 forced fumbles. Fowler had 3 forced fumbles with 5. So are we going to make a mountain out of a molehill about the 1 sack that's in between? Now, granted, I think that Randy Gregory had a lot of pressures, right? I think he had, 43 pressures, right? 12 hits, 25 hurries, right? That is a lot of good production if you want to look at the tape, right? 11 solos, right? But when you look at Fowler, that's double the amount of solos, right? And 30 pressures, 5 hits, 20 hurries, 21 stops. So let's see what he do in this particular system. Give him a chance to fail. But I'm banking on the 4-4 guy. I don't care if he's a one-trick pony. Give me that one trick. That's what I want Sam Williams to do. Come in and give me limited snaps or what have you to be that rotation guy at a 4-4 speed. I've seen Charles Cross get crisscrossed, right? And he ran right around him to get to the quarterback. I've seen Evan Niels, who was one of the better tackles coming out of this draft, tried to hit air to stop Sam Williams, and he missed. And Sam Williams didn't know what to do when he got by him. He was like, oh, what do I do now? You know. But with good coaching, get knife in there, get skinny, and get to the quarterback. I'm high on Sam Williams. I'm absolutely high on Sam Williams. I'm John Legend high on Sam Williams, and I hope all is well. But Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in for this episode. There will be more and more content throughout the day, but I want you guys to understand that regardless of what people say, being the underdog or being the top dog, you still got to line them up, lace them up, right? You still got to put your chin strap on, strap up, Cowboy Nation, lock up, lock down, right? And get down. You got to do all of those things. Thank those who supported this channel. I think I left out a few super chats. Owens, appreciate you. I'm not getting my alerts when you are on. Appreciate the donation. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, nationwide. Leonard Owens, appreciate you. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. Coach Marv, appreciate you for the donation. Law, Push Forget Schultz extended TP. And still, they are harder to replace. I appreciate you. They do need to do that. And shout out to my guy, Young Wilson, for the $4.99 for your mind. All of those people with the donation to help elevate the nation. As my third eye open up to this situation, Cowboy Nation, we are here live. Heading into training camp, I told those that's going to go out there, come around the second week. That's when they put those pads on, right? Don't go out there when they just running around with the T-shirts on, right? Let's get out there when they have the helmets on. They'll be the second week, and I can't wait to see those that's out there with me. We're going to give it to them, right? The information that rules the nation. Cowboy Nation, there are many doubters, right? There are many people that would like to say that this team can't do this, can't do that. It's been 20 plus years and these sorts of things. But even in our struggles, even when our back is against the wall, the pundits, the critics, they can't keep Big D out of their mouths because they know we are the flavor. They know that we bring the heat. They know that we bring everything, that we set the bar at the end of the day. But the Cowboys got to stay focused. They do. I tell people this all the time. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it? If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it. If you will simply go after the thing you want, and that's happening right now, Cowboy Nation, as they let it hang out there in Oxnard. If dogged and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty, y'all listening to nothing but the best, and you will get it. Imitated but never duplicated, baby. Everybody know that those who are out there talking and putting dirt on our names, they looking up because they want to be where we at. They looking up so hard and so long that they got stomach muscles on their necks. Let that sink in. There's always a detractor because they want to be the main factor, right? Ooh, hitting you guys with the brick of truth. And the ones that's yelling and crying about it, they are the dogs that got hit with the brick because they can't handle the truth. That's the reality of it. That's why they're here.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
They can't handle the greatness that's coming out of my mouth. But I come here to tell you guys right now that baby, those who's not fickle, those who not wavering, those who willing to go through the battle, even if it's the triple darkness, those who unfazed with it, baby, when that day come, and it will happen, we the ones that everyone wished that they could be. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, let it hang. And you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. True Blue. Be sure to check out Cowboys Experience. We will be having these type of events at every home game the day before the game. Can't wait to see y'all there. Let's get it.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Let's go. Appreciate all of the supporters, baby. We about. Let's roll those credits again.
Nowadays, nothing really insightful. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no.
Roll those credits.
Hit the door and the dome and
yeah. Lisa, I see ya.
Still young, but I move like a new
B-way.
If you're down in my management,
let's go.
I'm just warming up a way till
Sadiqua, Sam,
different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up.
Young Wilson.
When you're talking up, wanna get you a ring, you tough enough. Wanna
not
get you
Fournette, but Owens. Let's go.
I used to be quiet and out of luck.
Come
now
on.
I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away.
Long.
I put game on layaway.
Come on.
I got paid to play today.
All day.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on
not
the market
ours,
for the
baby.
low. Who the realest, we might never know.
Come on, y'all know.
All
Put
this
some
acting,
fire in the
play
chat,
a role.
baby.
Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up.
Ooh.
Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news.
Come on.
Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really insightful. Only one of me and no.
We just want to run it up, baby. Come on.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Run it, baby.
Count that too, count it up.
Come on.
Count it up.
Count it
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Run it.
Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend.
Who with Law?
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Come on.
You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
All right.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just
if you're watching all the way to this point and you have not subscribed or shared this content, come on.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer,
call it too legit.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket.
Shout out to you, JT. Come on, where my dogs at?
Kinda check a song.
You don't like Law Nation? Come on.
Count that too, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own a chrome. Too many foes and clones.
In the heat of battle,
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone.
Don't miss, baby. Hey.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately,
come on.
I just wanna run it up.
Hey.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Run it, baby.
Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up.
The dark. I was born in it.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Lately I just wanna run it up.
We answered, I talked tough, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's the better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
Yeah! You crying?
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Still Super Bowl champs for now.
I bet you she got Cowboys lingerie on up under that. She's assassin. Hey man, I'm gonna get on up out of here, baby.
When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
You gonna flap the hat one more time? We up out. Salute. Hey, love.